Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is your Screenwriter's Rant on three different slasher movies. Some of them are kind of different. This one's called Strange Harvest. Another one called Get Off My Lawn, a to-be original. And The Strangers, Chapter 2. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys books 1 through 17. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, Strange Harvest is pretty standard slasher movie, but they do use a lot of interesting media to tell the story. There's a POV of cop cams and a lot of sort of Blair Witchy type video, security footage like this, and the guy just keeps appearing out of nowhere, killing people. The problem, of course, it's just yet another slasher movie where the guy seemingly is super smart and kills people and keeps getting away, or he can't die and just keeps scaring people. This one's got a symbol. I don't know. It doesn't really interest me, but, you know, the look of it is kind of cool. First act, there's a new killer out on the loose called Mr. Shiny, and he is killing people, sometimes online, sometimes offline. The cops try to catch him. Some of them get killed. The tomato meter allegedly rates it very highly. And he's some sort of serial killer. He's on the news. People can't catch him. He just keeps killing people. Doesn't appear to be any main characters to this other than Mr. Shiny. But eventually, I don't know. I guess he screws up and they finally lay a trap for him. And I don't know. This might be one of it. I don't know. And eventually they get him. Or he gets away. I don't know. It's just another movie where they kill a bunch of people. I will give them credit for making it more interesting from a media perspective. But it doesn't make me scared. And here's why. Even though they tie it in to things that, like, you know, different kinds of media and body cams and all that, at the end of the day, it's just another jump scare kind of situation. And I just, you know, I'm just not bothered. But I just think these movies are dumb. You know? Just a guy randomly killing people and using all his, you know, mental acuity to murder people. Do those guys exist? They're incredibly rare. And they're even more rare if they're not so messed up that they could actually think straight. So, it's not a thing that thrills me. Although this one, for those of you who are a fan of this genre, this looks different. I like the use of the media in it. Next up, his to-be original called Get Off My Lawn. And basically it starts out with this couple that managed to get a great deal on a house. But it turns out the house used to be owned by this rich kid's grandfather. And he's like a neighborhood figure. But he's a bit of a weirdo. And he wants to keep hanging out at the house because his grandfather said he would own the house someday. But this couple has it. And he doesn't like that. And he of course, is very crazy, keeps showing up, swimming in their pool, hanging out there. And eventually they have to draw the line. And now he's harassing them, stalking them, doing all sorts of horrible things. Apparently his grandfather's actually buried there. It's kind of a slasher movie comedy. You know, it's sort of over the top. I think it's meant to be a parody of these movies. So I kind of like it. So first act, I mean, it's very similar setup. First act, this couple buys the house, and then meets, I don't know what his name is, Ricky or whatever. And he introduces himself and ingratiates himself and tells him about the various times he had with his grandfather there and the various rules his grandfather had. And it's all very amusing, and they kind of tolerate him. But the longer he stays, the more they're like, come on, go live your life. But he's crazy, and eventually he snaps. Second act, he just harasses the hell out of him. Nobody believes him. He's rich. He's smart, and, he's probably paid off the cops or whatever. But eventually he goes too far, and the couple have to fight him all alone. Third act, he probably dies or goes to jail. So, a sweet suburban couple is terrorized by a deranged teenager and his friends after they purchase his grandfather's sacred home. So I guess the other two are in on it too. It looks okay. I like this better because it's a kind of a comedy, which means you can get away with more, and it's not more realistic, but you get more leeway with a comedy because there's going to be some laughs. And it's not going to be so dark. It's not just going to be endless murder and trying to scare me. The scares will actually be a surprise. So I'm liking that. And finally, there's The Strangers Chapter 2. This is a sequel to a movie that I think I did the trailer to, and I probably didn't like that one either. So the girl in the first Strangers movie, I guess, survived, and now the murderers are back and terrorizing her again. I guess. Did she not kill them at the end of the other movie? Or I don't know what happened at the end of the other movie. I would assume that the killers died, but maybe not. So her boyfriend's dead, and then they just keep coming after her, and they torture her, and horrible things happen. Why would anyone want to see this movie? I just don't get it. But okay. It's just jump scare. They ought to call it Jump Scare the Movie Part 980. And I mean, for all I know, they'd be using the same cast as the other movies. First act, it's really just sort of talking to cops who were in on the first movie. And they mentioned she survives. She's in a hospital due to damage from the first movie. And then she wakes up from a nightmare, tries to leave the hospital, and they show up and start chasing her again. Right? So they chase her. Eventually they capture her, I guess, and try to make her part of the group or whatever. I don't know why they capture her and don't just kill her. I guess it's just because it's a movie and things need to happen and she needs to survive. And then, I don't know, they do a bunch of things to torture her and scare her, and she gets away, but they capture her again, or she doesn't get away. I don't know. Finally, at the end, I guess they leave it open for Chapter 3. I don't know why these people just run around killing people. Seems pointless and boring. So, do we have a write-up of this? Let's go to the IMDb. Strangers, Chapter 2. On the final day of their cross-country road trip, a couple's vehicles break down, forcing them to take refuge in a remote Airbnb. As night falls, three masked strangers terrorize them until dawn. Okay. So, do we see that part of the movie first, and then, I don't know. Rennie Harlan directed this? You gotta be kidding me. He was a big deal back in the day. I believe that's him. Writers Alan R. Cohen, Alan Freeland, and Amber Lufty. Took 3 people to write this movie? You kidding me? Rennie Harlan. This guy's directed all kinds of crazy movies. Yeah, he was a big deal back in the day. Cliffhanger. Fat Boys movie. The The Long Kiss Goodnight. He was a producer on that. Where is it? Where's his director credits? Here we go. No, we just want the director. Oh, God, I messed it up. Give me the director credits, please. Comedies. Oh, my God. All right, let me just... There we go. Director. There we go. Give me the director credits. Okay. So, yeah, he directed The Other Strangers, The Bricklayer, Cleaner, The Exorcist, The Beginning, Mindhunters. There's The Long Kiss Goodnight, Cutthroat Island, Cliffhanger, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, Die Hard 2, which was, some of these movies are good. Didn't he direct a pirate movie with Gina Davis? I guess not. I'm thinking of something else. Oh, he directed The Burn Notice. I mean, he's a good director. I don't know. I just hate the premise of this movie. I kind of hate all of them, but... All right, let's rank them. What would I put on the bottom? Wow, this is a tough choice, as it turns out. Strangers Chapter 2, Get Off My Lawn, or Strange Harvest. I guess I got to put Strange Harvest on the bottom then. Because Rennie Harlin is a really good director. And even though Strange Harvest looks pretty well directed, they've got some interesting things going with the media. Let's see who directed this. I just, at the end of the day, Stuart Ortiz. I mean, you got a good look for the movie, Stuart, but script-wise, yeah, I just bored to tears with this. But I don't know. If I had to watch 3 slasher movies, I think these 3 might be on the list. Number 2 would be Rennie Harlin, only because Rennie directed it. And I do love The Long Kiss Goodnight. And on top would definitely be Get Off My Lawn, because it's more of a comedy. It says thriller, but it is so ridiculous. It should be fun and funny in a weird sort of dark way. So yeah, there you go. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for 2 more videos. We always do 4 videos a day, Joan and I. Tune in tomorrow night for the American Werewolf podcast. We'll be talking about the movie Rant. I have to finish watching that. And then Friday, I'll be at the Bridgeton Library in Bridgeton, New Jersey for my 5 p.m. talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.